Hello, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you joining me today on Vita Prime Health. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vance, a physician and researcher here at Stanford, and it's truly a privilege to connect with you. In my work, whether in the clinic or deeply engaged in research, I'm constantly observing the ever-shifting landscape of well-being, especially as we navigate the incredible journey of aging. And what I often see, so palpably, is a vast sea of information. New diets, new gadgets, new breakthroughs appearing almost daily. It can feel like a dizzying pace, can it? A constant pressure to keep up, to buy into the latest, greatest thing, leaving us perhaps more overwhelmed, more anxious than truly empowered or genuinely well. The question I hear most often from my patients, often with a quiet sigh of genuine yearning, is, Dr. Vance, what really works? What can I rely on amidst all this noise, this incessant chatter? Today I want to delve into just that. I want to gently guide you through the latest insights from 2025, not to chase the newest fad, but to underscore the enduring wisdom of truly foundational habits. We'll be exploring 3 profound pillars of well-being that are not merely fleeting trends, but are consistently affirmed by rigorous science, deeply impacting our physical vitality, our mental clarity, and our emotional resilience. I speak of the truly restorative power of sleep, the quiet yet profound strength of healthy boundaries, and the grounding, soul-nourishing embrace of nature. These are the feel-good habits that matter far more than any fleeting trend. They are, in essence, the timeless wisdom that helps us thrive, the evolving landscape of wellness in 2025, beyond the hype. The wellness market in 2025 is a vibrant, multi-trillion-dollar economy. Reports from esteemed bodies like the Global Wellness Institute and analyses by McKinsey paint a clear picture. Consumers are more discerning than ever. There's a palpable shift away from superficial fixes towards practices that are scientifically validated, deeply personalized, and genuinely transformative. Here at Stanford, we're at the forefront of exploring cutting-edge innovations like AI-driven health personalization, advanced biometric wearables, think smart rings and continuous glucose monitors, and sophisticated virtual care platforms. These are incredible advancements, without a doubt. They offer unprecedented data, convenience, and tailored insights. But what we're increasingly seeing, and what I want to emphasize, is that these technologies are, at their core, tools. They are powerful aids to help us understand ourselves better, to track progress, to offer convenience. But they are not, and can never be, a substitute for the fundamental rhythms and profound needs of our human bodies and spirits. The trend reports for 2025 speak of wellness without limits, extending health practices from our homes to our workplaces, our airports, and even into our social nightlife. Yet paradoxically, we also see a significant surge in analog wellness and deliberate digital detoxes. This isn't a wholesale rejection of technology, far from it. It's a profound yearning for simplicity, for intentional disconnection, for a conscious return to practices that genuinely nourish our being beyond the screen's glow. This deep longing for simplicity, for what is real and tangible, brings us directly to our first and perhaps most foundational pillar of well-being. 1. The unassailable foundation, sleep, your most powerful wellness tool. It often strikes me how many of us have treated sleep as an optional luxury, something to be cut short in favor of productivity or even entertainment. We've worn our sleep deprivation like a badge of honor, yet in 2025, the scientific community, and indeed a growing number of individuals, are truly embracing sleep for what it is, an active, indispensable, and utterly crucial pillar of health. The global sleep crisis is a well-documented phenomenon with studies continually linking chronic sleep deprivation to a frightening array of health risks, including obesity, cardiovascular disease, impaired cognitive function, weakened immune response, and mental health issues like anxiety and depression. The CDC reports that 1 in 3 Americans don't get enough sleep, a figure mirrored across many developed nations. This isn't just a statistic, it's a quiet epidemic impacting individual lives and societal productivity, silently eroding our vitality. Why sleep matters more than trends. While 2025 sees the rise of sleep tourism, high-tech sleep pods, personalized sleep programs, and sleep concierge services in luxury hotels, as highlighted by the Global Wellness Institute's Sleep Initiative Trends for 2025, these innovations merely underscore the desperate need for what quality sleep provides. They are, in many ways, symptoms of a society yearning for better rest rather than the ultimate solution itself. The truth is, optimal sleep is a complex symphony of biological processes that deeply impacts every single cell, every single thought, every single feeling within us, cognitive function and memory. During sleep, our brains actively consolidate memories, process information, and clear out metabolic waste products through what we call the glymphatic system. This nightly brain wash is crucial for maintaining focus, concentration, problem-solving abilities, and decision-making. For us, as we gracefully age, preserving cognitive sharpness, maintaining memory recall, and sustaining clarity of thought are paramount and consistent. Deep sleep is one of our most potent allies. Emotional regulation and mental health. Sleep plays an absolutely critical role in our emotional regulation. It allows our amygdala, the brain's emotional center, to calm and reset, integrating emotional experiences from the day. Chronic sleep deprivation leaves us emotionally raw, making us more susceptible to stress, anxiety, including the emerging sleep anxiety trend of worrying about sleep itself, and significantly increasing the risk of depression. Conversely, a night of truly restorative sleep can feel like an emotional reset button, enhancing our ability to navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity and grace. Physical repair and recovery. While we sleep, our bodies are far from idle. They are engaged in a flurry of crucial activity. This is the prime time for physical repair and regeneration. Muscles recover, tissues grow, and vital hormones, like growth hormone, essential for cellular repair and muscle maintenance, and leptin and ghrelin, which meticulously regulate appetite and metabolism, are released and rebalanced. This nightly overhaul is what provides us with the physical vitality, the sustained energy levels, and the sheer physical capacity we need to embrace each new day with enthusiasm. Fortifying your immune defenses. Our immune system is a sophisticated army working tirelessly to protect us from pathogens and illness. And like any army, it desperately needs its rest to be effective. Research consistently demonstrates a strong link between sleep and immune function. During sleep, the body produces and releases protective proteins called cytokines, which are essential for fighting infection and inflammation. Chronic sleep deprivation sadly weakens this protective army, making individuals more susceptible to colds, flu, and other infections, and tragically slowing down our recovery when we do fall ill. Guardians of metabolic and cardiovascular health. The link between poor sleep habits and chronic diseases like obesity, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease is undeniable and increasingly clear in the scientific literature. Sleep disruptions directly affect glucose metabolism and blood pressure regulation. Prioritizing sleep is a powerful, yet often overlooked, strategy in managing and preventing these conditions, keeping our hearts strong and our metabolic systems balanced as we age. The New York Presbyterian's Health Matters tips for 2025 specifically emphasize the importance of sleep for overall well-being. Common sleep myths and misconceptions. One pervasive myth is that older adults need less sleep. This is false. While sleep architecture changes with age, the need for 7 to 9 hours remains constant for most adults. Another myth is that you can catch up on sleep on weekends. While a little extra sleep helps, chronic sleep debt cannot be fully repaid, and inconsistent sleep schedules disrupt your circadian rhythm. Finally, many believe alcohol helps them sleep. It might induce sleep faster but fragments it later, leading to poor quality rest. Cultivating a restorative sleep practice, beyond the hype and towards true rest. While sleep tech can offer insights, the enduring path to truly restorative sleep lies in consistent, gentle, everyday habits. Prioritize a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up around the same time daily, even on weekends. This regulates your circadian rhythm. Create a conducive sleep environment. Your bedroom should be dark, quiet, and cool, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. Blackout curtains, earplugs, and a comfortable mattress help. Embrace the night shift, your evening wind-down ritual. As highlighted by Who What Wears, 2025 trends, the emphasis is shifting to powerful evening rituals. This involves dimming lights, avoiding bright screens an hour or two before bed, practicing gentle stretches or deep breathing, reading a physical book, or listening to calming music. Mindful screen time. The pervasive presence of screens is a major sleep disruptor. Create tech-free zones, especially in the bedroom, and limit evening screen time. Thoughtful fuel and movement. Avoid heavy meals, excessive caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime. Regular physical activity improves sleep, but avoid vigorous exercise too close to sleep time. Listen to your body and seek help. If you consistently struggle with sleep, don't suffer in silence. Conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, chronic pain, or underlying anxiety require professional medical attention. Anecdote 1. Eleanor, 72, a retired nurse from Santa Monica, California. Eleanor's nights were a torment, lying awake for hours, her mind racing. The lack of sleep left her irritable, forgetful, and isolated. I encouraged her to focus on strict sleep hygiene, consistent bedtime, a cool, dark, screen-free sanctuary, and an evening ritual of gentle yoga and classical music. It took about 6 months, but the transformation was profound. She consistently achieved 6 to 7 hours of undisturbed sleep. Her memory improved, her mood lifted, and she rejoined her walking group. "It wasn't a magic pill, Dr. Vance," she told me. "It was just giving my body what it needed, consistently, gently. It's like I finally gave myself permission to truly rest." Anecdote 2. John, 68, a former journalist from Boston, Massachusetts. John's night owl habits led to severe insomnia. He'd scroll news feeds until late, fueling anxiety and dreading mornings. His family saw him withdraw, his sharp wit dulled by fatigue. We focused on a digital sunset at 9 p.m. No exceptions. He scoffed, "But what will I do?" I encouraged reading physical books or listening to podcasts away from his screen. The first few weeks were challenging, but slowly the urge subsided. He began falling asleep faster and waking refreshed. "It felt like reclaiming my evenings, reclaiming my mind," he shared. "It wasn't just about sleep. It was about regaining control over my own peace." 2. The power of self-preservation. Healthy boundaries, your mental and emotional shield. In 2025, in our hyper-connected yet paradoxically isolating world, the concept of boundaries in wellness is gaining unprecedented recognition. This isn't just about saying no, it's about defining and protecting your personal space, time, energy, and emotional well-being. The McKinsey State of Consumer Market Survey for 2025 indicates a significant increase in consumers' free time, yet nearly 90% of that time is allocated to solo activities like hobbies, independent relaxation, and crucially, social media. This paradoxical trend highlights a disconnect. While people may have more free time, genuine, deep human connection often remains elusive, and digital engagement can lead to doom scrolling and constant comparison, subtly eroding our mental peace. Healthy boundaries are the antidote to this modern overwhelm. Why boundaries matter more than trends. While 2025 wellness trends might focus on social wellness movements and elaborate, community-driven experiences, these positive trends are only truly beneficial when individuals also possess strong personal boundaries. Without them, even the most positive social interactions can become utterly draining. Boundaries are not about building walls, but about creating healthy filters, protecting mental energy. In a world of constant demands and information overload, boundaries help you manage your mental bandwidth. Saying no to non-essential commitments, limiting news, and scheduling periods of digital disconnection are acts of self-preservation. Preventing burnout. Clear boundaries around work hours, email responses, and personal time are essential for sustained productivity and well-being, especially with blurred lines from remote work. Fostering authentic relationships. Healthy boundaries define what is acceptable in interactions, leading to more respectful, authentic, and fulfilling relationships. Enhancing self-respect and self-worth. When you consistently uphold your boundaries, you send a powerful message to yourself. My time, my energy, my well-being matter. This cultivates self-respect and reinforces your inherent worth, reducing feelings of resentment. Reducing stress and anxiety. Boundaries create a sense of control and predictability, significantly reducing anxiety from feeling overcommitted or overwhelmed. This aligns with the analog wellness trend, which passionately advocates for aggressively logging off. Common myths and misconceptions about boundaries. A common myth is that setting boundaries is selfish or unkind. In fact, it's an act of self-respect that allows you to be more present and giving when you do engage. Another misconception is that boundaries are rigid and permanent. They are flexible and can evolve with relationships and circumstances. Some also believe that if you set a boundary, you must explain yourself extensively, but a simple, clear statement is often sufficient. Cultivating healthy boundaries. Beyond the hype. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is an ongoing journey that demands self-awareness, clear communication, and consistent practice. Identify your non-negotiables, your sacred spaces. Reflect deeply on what truly matters to you. What are the core values, specific times of day, or activities that are absolutely essential for your well-being? Protecting these non-negotiables is paramount. Master the art of the gentle no. This is a skill that improves with practice. A simple, polite, yet firm, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I won't be able to commit to that," or "that doesn't align with my current priorities," is often all that is needed. Implement digital boundaries, your personal firewall. Designate tech-free zones. Implement screen time limits. Turn off non-essential notifications, and schedule regular digital detox periods. Communicate your needs with clarity and kindness. Clearly and calmly articulate your boundaries with family, friends, or colleagues. I'm not available for phone calls after 7 p.m. Practice self-compassion. Through the process, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, especially if you're accustomed to pleasing others. Be kind to yourself. Establishing healthy boundaries is an act of profound self-love, and ultimately, it creates space for more respectful, authentic, and fulfilling relationships. Anecdote 3. Margaret, 75, a community activist from Portland, Oregon. Margaret's boundless generosity led to burnout. Her phone rang incessantly, her calendar was packed, leaving her constantly tired, irritable, and regrettably snapping at her husband. She felt deep shame, believing she was failing everyone. We focused on time boundaries. She scheduled specific office hours for volunteer work and turned off her phone evenings and weekends. Saying no was hard, causing initial guilt, but gradually she reclaimed time for herself. Reading, walks, silence. Her energy improved, patience returned, and relationships blossomed. It felt selfish at first, she told me, but now I see it's the most selfless thing I could have done. I'm a better wife, a better friend, a better volunteer, because I finally respect my own limits. Anecdote 4. David, 69, a retired IT professional from Chicago, Illinois. David loved technology, but it consumed him. Hours spent on news sites and social media in the evenings spiked his anxiety and disconnected him from his wife and garden. He admitted to a fear of missing out, leaving him vulnerable to endless scrolling. We worked on digital detox zones, no screens in the bedroom, and a strict digital curfew after dinner. It was a huge challenge, as his phone was an extension of himself. The first days were restless, empty, but slowly he rediscovered old hobbies like guitar and physical books. Conversations with his wife deepened. He slept better. It felt like breaking an addiction, he confessed. But the freedom on the other side? It's priceless. I'm connected to the real world again, not just the digital one. 3. The ancient healer. Nature. Your innate connection to well-being. In 2025, amidst dense urban life and pervasive digital hum, the call of nature grows louder. Being in nature is consistently heralded as one of the top wellness trends, with a surge in nature-based healing and ecotherapy, highlighted by April International and other wellness reports. This isn't a new discovery. Indigenous cultures honored their connection to the natural world for millennia. What's truly exciting now is the robust empirical scientific validation that is finally catching up with this ancient intuitive wisdom. Why nature matters more than trends. While wellness tourism might feature remote forest retreats, the power of nature is accessible in your local park, your garden, or even through an open window. Nature's impact extends far beyond aesthetics, stress reduction, and mental clarity. Studies on forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku, show that spending time in natural environments significantly reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and calms the nervous system. Even looking at natural scenes is restorative, combating stress-related burnout. Mood enhancement and emotional balance. Exposure to nature can profoundly boost feelings of happiness, reduce anxiety and depression, and foster overall emotional balance. The presence of natural elements can trigger a sense of awe and wonder. Immune system boost. Research suggests that compounds released by trees and plants, called phytoncides, can increase the activity and count of natural killer, NK cells, vital for fighting viruses and cancer. Spending time in nature literally strengthens your immune defenses. Improved sleep quality. Reconnecting with natural light-dark cycles helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which improves sleep quality. Daytime exposure to natural light is a powerful cue for healthy sleep patterns. Increased physical activity. Nature provides an inviting backdrop for physical activity like walking, hiking, or gardening. This encourages exercise, which has cascading benefits for both physical and mental health. The recommendation of 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week, highlighted by APRIL International, is easily achievable when integrated with nature. Enhanced creativity and focus. Disconnecting from digital distractions and immersing oneself in nature can lead to improved cognitive function, enhanced creativity, and better sustained focus. Vitamin D synthesis. Direct, sensible exposure to sunlight with protection is essential for vitamin D synthesis. This vital nutrient is crucial for bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. Common myths and misconceptions about nature connection. One myth is that you need to be in pristine wilderness for nature to benefit you. The truth is, even urban green spaces, a houseplant, or a view from a window offer benefits. Another misconception is that nature is only for physical activity. Its mental and emotional benefits are just as profound, even if you are sedentary. Lastly, some believe weather is always a barrier. Dressing appropriately allows for nature connection in most conditions, and indoor nature elements are always an option. Cultivating a connection with nature, beyond the hype. You don't need a grand expedition. Profound benefits are often found in simple, consistent engagements. Your daily dose of green. Incorporate even a short period outdoors. A 10 to 15-minute walk in a local park, sitting on a bench, or enjoying coffee on your patio can be restorative. Invite nature indoors. If outdoor access is limited, bring greenery inside with houseplants. Even nature pictures can offer psychological benefits. Engage your senses. Mindful observation. Don't just walk through nature, walk with it. Actively engage all your senses, sounds, smells, textures, patterns. Embrace outdoor activities. Rediscover or try new activities like gardening, hiking, cycling, or birdwatching. Seek out designated green spaces. Regularly visit larger parks, botanical gardens, or nature reserves. Practice forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku. Mindfully immerse yourself in a natural environment. Slow down, breathe deeply, engage all senses, and simply be present. Anecdote 5. Robert, 78, a retired accountant from Napa, California. After his wife passed, Robert felt isolated. His energy was low. I gently suggested he spend just 15 minutes each morning in his small garden, simply observing. He was skeptical. Slowly, he noticed small details, a new bud, a spider web. This simple ritual began to shift something profound. His mood lightened, curiosity returned, and he started tending a vegetable patch. He eventually joined a local gardening club. He told me, "The garden didn't bring my wife back, but it brought me back. It connected me to something alive, something that keeps growing just like me." Anecdote 6. Sarah, 67, an avid runner from Boulder, Colorado. A knee injury sidelined Sarah, and her mental health plummeted. Her stress soared. We worked on redefining being in nature for her. Instead of running, she started gentle walks in a nearby park, focusing on mindful observation. She'd sit on a bench, simply watching the ducks, listening to the wind in the trees. Initially frustrated, she gradually found a deeper peace in simply being in nature. "I learned that nature isn't just about pushing your body," she shared. "It's about letting your soul breathe. It healed me in a way running never could have." Why these core habits endure while trends evolve. The wellness landscape of 2025 is rich with innovation. From hyper-personalized wellness, driven by AI, to functional beverages and neurocosmetics. These trends, while interesting, serve different purposes than the foundational habits of sleep, boundaries, and nature. Trends often optimize specific aspects or address symptoms. They add something new or optimize a function. Foundational habits address root causes and create systemic resilience. They restore balance to our nervous system, regulate hormones, bolster immune function, and protect our mental, emotional landscapes. They subtract what drains us and add what intrinsically nourishes us. Trends can be aspirational and costly. Many cutting-edge trends involve significant financial investment. Foundational habits are accessible and sustainable. They are largely free and available to everyone, regardless of economic status. They are sustainable because they are deeply ingrained in human biology and psychology. Trends can be isolating. Foundations foster holistic well-being. Some trends can foster competition or isolation. In contrast, cultivating sleep, strong boundaries, and connection to nature intrinsically fosters a more holistic sense of well-being that benefits individuals, relationships, and interaction with the world. As the Global Wellness Summit's 2025 theme, Longevity Through a Wellness Lens, suggests, the focus is shifting to living better and healthier for longer. This requires core habits that sustain health span, not just lifespan. The slow living trend perfectly encapsulates this shift back to basics. In essence, the top wellness habits that actually work in 2025 are not the flashy new technologies or exotic therapies. The true, enduring power lies in consistently honoring our fundamental human needs for rest, protection, and connection to the natural world. These are the habits that whisper to our deeper selves, reminding us of what truly allows us to thrive. Detailed frequently asked questions. Question: how can I tell if my sleep quality is truly restorative, beyond just the number of hours I get? Beyond the hours, truly restorative sleep leaves you feeling genuinely refreshed and energized upon waking, not just less tired. You should be able to function optimally throughout the day, without relying heavily on caffeine or experiencing significant energy dips. Signs of poor restorative sleep include chronic fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating, frequent illness, and morning headaches, even after what seems like enough hours. Listening to your body's signals upon waking is key. Question: what if I struggle with setting boundaries because I feel guilty or worry about upsetting others? Feeling guilty or fearing upsetting others when setting boundaries is a very common and deeply human experience, often rooted in a desire to be helpful or to avoid conflict. It takes practice and self-compassion. Start small. Remind yourself that setting boundaries is an act of self-respect that ultimately allows you to be more present and authentic in your relationships. When you are depleted, you have less to offer. Practicing self-affirmations about your right to your own time and energy can also be very helpful. Remember, clear boundaries can lead to deeper, more respectful relationships. Question: I live in a city with very little green space. How can I still connect with nature? Even in dense urban environments, opportunities exist. Seek out local parks, community gardens, or tree-lined streets for short walks. Bring nature indoors by cultivating houseplants. Look for natural elements in your daily commute. Observe the sky or listen to birdsong. Engage your senses by smelling fresh herbs or enjoying fresh flowers. Even viewing nature documentaries or photos can offer a small psychological boost. The intention to connect is more important than the scale of the natural environment. Question: are there specific meditation or mindfulness practices that are particularly helpful for improving sleep or setting boundaries? For sleep, guided meditations focused on body scans or progressive muscle relaxation can be incredibly effective in calming the nervous system before bed. Mindfulness practices that encourage present moment awareness can quiet a racing mind. For boundaries, mindfulness helps you become aware of your own energy levels and emotional responses before you're overwhelmed, giving you the clarity to set a boundary proactively. Practices focusing on self-compassion and recognizing your own needs are also invaluable. Question: how do these three habits interact or support each other? These three habits are deeply interconnected and form a powerful synergistic triad. Prioritizing sleep gives you the mental and emotional energy needed to uphold your boundaries. When you have healthy boundaries, you protect your time and energy, which frees up space for better sleep and more time to connect with nature. Spending time in nature naturally reduces stress, which improves sleep quality and provides a clear mind, making it easier to identify and enforce your boundaries. They create a virtuous cycle of well-being, each habit reinforcing the others. Question: what are the risks of not prioritizing these foundational wellness habits? The risks of neglecting sleep, boundaries, and nature are substantial and cumulative. Chronic sleep deprivation leads to impaired cognitive function, weakened immunity, increased risk of chronic diseases, and mental health issues. A lack of healthy boundaries results in chronic stress, burnout, resentment, strained relationships, and a loss of personal agency. Disconnection from nature is linked to higher stress levels, reduced mood, and weakened immunity. Collectively, neglecting these habits diminishes your quality of life, vitality, and resilience, making you more susceptible to ailments as you age. Question: how can seniors who might have physical limitations still engage in nature? Physical limitations should not be a barrier. Options include sitting in a garden or park to simply observe, engaging in gentle walks on accessible trails, using mobility aids to access outdoor spaces, tending to container gardens or indoor plants, opening windows for fresh air and natural sounds, or simply looking out at a natural view from a comfortable chair. The key is mindful engagement, regardless of physical activity intensity. Question: is there a historical or cultural perspective on boundaries in different societies? Historically, personal boundaries varied across cultures. Collectivist societies often emphasized group harmony over individual autonomy. However, even in these cultures, unwritten rules or social norms indirectly served as boundaries. In modern times, there's a growing universal recognition of the psychological and emotional necessity of healthy boundaries, albeit expressed in culturally nuanced ways. The fundamental human need for personal space and energetic protection transcends specific cultural expressions. Question: could technology, like smart home devices, help me implement these habits effectively? Yes, technology can be a valuable tool to support these habits. Smart home devices can dim lights for sleep or automate climate control. Reminder apps can prompt digital breaks or outdoor time. Wearables can track sleep patterns. The key is to use technology as an enabler for well-being, not a source of further distraction or pressure. It's about conscious integration. Question: how do I manage the resistance from others when I start setting new boundaries? When setting new boundaries, especially if you haven't before, it's common to encounter resistance. Others are accustomed to the old you. Manage this by being clear, consistent, and calm. Reiterate your boundaries kindly but firmly. Avoid lengthy justifications or apologies. Their reaction is about their adjustment, not your right to self-care. It might feel uncomfortable initially, but with consistency, others will learn to respect your new limits. Conclusion: a call to intention and connection. As we journey through 2025, the message is clear. While innovation continues to dazzle, the most profound, sustainable, and truly transformative benefits come from a gentle, consistent return to the basics. The enduring power of quality sleep, the quiet, protective strength of healthy boundaries, and the grounding embrace of nature are timeless necessities, essential for a vibrant, resilient, and deeply fulfilling life. They ask for intention, consistency, and a willingness to prioritize your well-being above the endless demands and tempting distractions that modern living so often presents. I encourage you to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I truly honoring these fundamental life-giving habits? What small, intentional step can I take today to nurture my need for deeper rest, to articulate a healthier boundary, or to reconnect with the natural world? Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you for it. If this exploration of enduring wellness habits resonated with you, and you're keen to discover more evidence-based insights for a thriving life, I invite you to subscribe to Vita Prime Health. Join our community as we continue to explore ways to live a more vibrant, healthy life as we gracefully age. And if you found this conversation valuable, please extend its reach. Share it with your family and friends. A simple share can spark vital conversations and make a genuine difference in the well-being of someone you cherish. Let's build a more vibrant, connected, and authentically well world together. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your attention. Until next time, take exquisite care of yourselves and cherish your precious well-being.